Willow is now blackmailing her. If she don't represent her for the family court case, I forgot to say that part. If she don't represent her for the family court case, she can't see Scout. And I said, Scout be on her own, cause ain't no way nobody gonna keep blackmailing me like that. I said, Alexa, Scout just some. She gonna have to come back from the dead or something, cause ain't no way. I said, Willow, you over here talking about somebody a criminal. You a criminal. Matter of fact, Alexis a criminal too. Every last one of y'all. Hold on. And I never get that part. We gonna continue in a minute, y'all. I said, I never get that part. All y'all criminals. Talk about somebody a criminal and my this and that, and he dating Jacinda. All y'all belong under the jail. But yeah, let's start over. Alexis just getting blackmailed by everyone. Willow is now blackmailing her. She don't represent her for the family court case. She can't see Scout. Sonny wants Rick to help Michael with his family court case. Chase still got his head stuck up Willow butt. Lucas wants to find his own place with Marco, but he a liar. He come up with a lie. I said, if he keep on talking about this doggone catacomb place or whatever, I said, son, ain't right. Lucas, wake up. You got blinded by Brad, now you getting blinded by him. But yeah, they already took Britt meds. I said, was they watching her or was this already the plan? Was this already the plan? Lucas over here snitching and stuff. I said, shut up, Lucas. You gonna tell it to us. I said, that's the walk of shame. I said, you need to be ashamed talking to this dude. I said, for real? I said, snitching and stuff. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I said, see, she waited too long to tell the truth. She waited too long. But yeah, I think the last thing is that Michael finna get questioned by 88 Turner about Drew's shooting. I think they said 88 Turner. But hey, y'all. I don't hit myself in the lip. I don't stab myself. I said, oh my goodness. I don't think, can we say that? Too late. I already done said it now. I juked myself with this pen. Yeah, I hit myself in the lip. What's going on, man? But hey, y'all. Welcome back to another review. This is for General Hospital, February 2nd, 2026. First thing first, let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. I'm confused. And I know that happens a lot. Why wouldn't they go back to the Tracy and Martin scene? Why wouldn't they go back to the Jocelyn and that Cullum, the Rector dude scene? They went back to Brittany and Jason, but they, we know what they did. We know what they did. Where then with the Anna situation, they showed her this morning on the promo, and I was like, okay, Anna is hallucinating. She had no dream that she see Felicia or whatever, but they called Emma saying that they found her. Then they found her. She took my face alive and everything. And I said, so they gave her that stuff. They injected her, gave her medicine or whatever they did to her to make her hallucinate and think she seen Faison? Or did she actually see Faison? Did they just want her to think she crazy? She's supposed to be talking to Felicia. Felicia loves she crying. I'm assuming they thinking that she done lost it, so they finna have her committed more than likely. I said, I said, I hope they ain't finna try to have her committed. They need to have Willow committed. I don't even know if Willow crazy at this point. Maybe she just need to go to jail, but I don't know. But hold on. But yeah, it's a lot of missing pieces. It's a lot of missing pieces. I'm confused. But okay, we're gonna start with Rick and Sonny. So Sonny called him over. I think, and he was talking about food and stuff like that. He like, no, he need him to help with another case, with Michael case. He thinks that Willow and him should make a compromise and stuff like that in regards to the kids. Rick trying to explain that he can't do it because he represented Willow before. I was like, he can't do that, can he? I was like, I thought that he was representing her. But yeah, he trying to explain that he can't do it, but then he was like, he's not even sure that Michael would want to. He's like, both of them have done anything. They've convinced each other, or they convinced themselves that the other one is the bad parent and stuff like that. And I said, that's true. That's definitely true. But I said, they really can't judge when they find out that she a psychopath. I ain't gonna say she a psychopath, but she a psychopath. I said, they can't judge because all of them done did that or worse. If we being honest. But yeah, she don't. I said, look, I don't know. I said, crazy Willow is more entertaining. I don't know. I said, I wasn't expecting her. I said, I'm interested to see what the crazy girl do next. Because they show her on the promo. She talking to Nina. She's saying something about she tried to make peace and all this other stuff. So now she got to do something else. They show her with a key. And I said, now what the key got? What the key got? What is it? I said, what is it? Look. I said, look, what else she got up her sleeve? And I said, they talking about Drew still ain't up and talking and stuff like that. I said, so they just made the man just go without going. I said, all this, they don't build up all this. Why not have, if he just gonna be out of there anyway, why not just when he got shot have him go? He done did all this. So you mean to tell me we ain't even seen? I mean, a lot of people said they glad they didn't get to see Drew and Willow the past few days, and they hate that she was on today's episode. But I like when they finish stuff. Because to me personally, if they take too long to address a storyline or something like that, it's like, okay, I don't care no more. I don't care no more. You missed the opportunity. You missed the opportunity because there's a lot of stuff gonna get ready to happen, and no, absolutely not. I'm ready for Sewell thing. I hope with the whole Sewell thing, they do. I always say this, but I feel like they could have made the Sewell thing like the Metro Court, the ain't it called the Metro Court, the hostage situation, that, or the when the water was tainted and stuff like that, the bus crashed, just all. I feel like it could be something really good, but they always fail. They always, I ain't gonna say always fail, but yeah, Rick ends up talking to Michael. First, Michael didn't want to say anything. He was like, he don't need to make compromise. If Willow wants to compromise, she can come to him. I said, I don't think. I said, if she gotta eliminate you, she's gonna get you. So you better watch your back. I don't know, Michael. I said, you might need to watch it. He's still so confident and everything, but then he ends up getting a call. It was Diane. She said that the ADA Turner wants to talk to him about Drew's shooting and everything, so he's supposed to go meet up and talk about that. And they supposed to be saying something about ADA Turner just helped them out in some way, so we'll see. But yeah, next we got Chase Brooklyn, Gio and Emma. So Chase and Brooklyn was just talking, and Gio and Emma came in looking for Tracy. They was like, they hadn't seen her, so they started to get worried. They was calling to see if she had gotten in an accident, something she wasn't. She came walking in. That's when they was like, they was worried about her, and everybody was just hugging her. She ended up saying she had to go get the stuff from Drew's or whatever. Chase over here talking about some doggone. He mentioned Willow. That's why I said that he got his head still stuck up her butt. He mentions Willow, and did you tell Willow? Did you ask Willow and stuff like that? And I said, And Tracy was like, if Martin, Drew's lawyer, don't have nothing to say about it, why, do you have something to say about it? And why are you even mentioning Willow? I said, Brooklyn, you need to pay attention. They setting it up. They setting it up for exactly that. That's why they brought up the whole adoption thing again, because they knew Brooklyn, because Brooklyn keep putting it off. She keep making excuses and stuff. Now they got Lulu over here with Nathan. I'm assuming they're trying to put Dante with Brooklyn. Like, I don't know, y'all. We'll see. Somebody said that it could be, what's it called? What did they say? Mind mapping or something like that? It gotta be something. I said, well, obviously it's something. But yeah, and it was something else they said. Oh, when Jason came in, they was like, they ain't gonna bother asking him where he been there because he ain't gonna say nothing. So they end up saying that Danny and them was down at the gay house or whatever, and Yuri had them come back up here, and Chase was like, you didn't know? And basically questioning him about being a father and stuff. And I said, Chase, shut up. You got more important things to worry about. You need to be finding out that Willow a psychopath. That's what you need to be finding out. But then again, I don't even know if he found out. Do y'all think he would even do it or say anything? I don't even know no more. But yeah, what else? I already said Emma got a call from somebody saying they found Anna. So what they did, I don't understand. Wait, that could be mind mapping or whatever they said the name of it is. If Anna thinks that she saw a face under her, or she thinks she hallucinating, because she's saying, you got to get me out of here and stuff like that. Emma had got a call. They said they found Anna. She talking about some Faison's alive. Jason was right there. He looking at stuff. He's supposed to be telling Dante the Faison's alive. And I was like, I don't think so. I think they want her to think. Well, obviously they want her to think it. But then again, it's like, I don't know. Because Nathan, once again, he popped up out of nowhere. When he first came, Britt was over here looking at stuff like that. She was acting shocked. That's one thing she did say. She didn't say nothing about Nathan or what he got going on. She didn't say that she was shocked to see him to Jason or anything like that. But to be fair, he didn't ask. He didn't ask. But yeah, next we got Alexis, Suzanne, Willow. Suzanne told her somebody came to see her. It was Willow. Willow talking about, so she want to talk to Alexis, and only Alexis, she want her to represent her in family court. Alexis was saying she can't do it and stuff like that. She ends up giving her a folder saying that she could prove that Michael involved with Jacinda, who is a criminal, how she did this to Drew and everything, and she got a record. And Alexis still saying she'll take her time. She gonna take her own time and look over and everything. She had a problem with it. She basically she threatened her. Ain't no basically. She threatened her. She blackmailed her. If you don't do what I want and represent me, then you can't see Scout. I said, Scout they gonna have to wait. I said, they gonna have to wait Sam. They gonna have to bring Sam back or something, because everybody just blackmailing this girl. And she just letting them. And I said, no. I said, no. I said, at some point at Lexus, you gotta stop letting people blackmail you, cause ain't no way. You know, like, you ain't tired. So she was just weighing her options with Suzanne. It was Suzanne. Lord, she was weighing her options with Suzanne about what to do. I said, you did this before, and you still did the wrong thing. You still did the wrong thing. Now that's why she run around blackmail you now. I said, they gon' how can they prove that she did it if they can't? Cause I think they said they can't go after her no more for the whole Drew thing. However, they can go after her for what she did to when she injected him. I'm disappointed. Nobody seen the little not the little hole on the side of his neck or anything like that. It might have just been too small, y'all. But I was like, so they went about this all wrong. They went about it all wrong. How you get this man stabbed in the neck and nobody saw her throw it away. She could throw it away anywhere. She came to the hospital and threw it away. Nobody got no doggone cameras. Where is the cameras? But yeah, next who we got? Um, let's see, Marco and Lucas. Lucas wanted to talk to him about them getting their own place. Said, and he wanted to know why. He ends up saying how Pascal creeps him out, how he was down somewhere, and I think he said getting some wine or something, and he didn't. He know for a fact wasn't nobody in there. Said it had to be a secret area or a secret passageway or something because Pascal just popped up out of nowhere. Um, he was talking about the catacombs and everything, and Marco got mad again. Got mad again about the doggone catacombs, and I'm like, Lucas, wake up. Wake up. It's something about why he keep saying it. Then he gonna say, oh, it's just when I was younger. Something about getting trapped in the cave or something about a cave. I said Marco over here lying about a cave and everything. Let's backtrack. I skipped the part. Um, Lucas brings up the catacombs. Marco tells him to leave the catacombs alone. That's when he explains things. That's not the part. Where is it? It's something he. Oh, when he was talking about moving in together in their own place, he said, my son, him and Sidwell just starting to get closer and stuff like that. He don't want to leave right now. He don't want to leave right now. We could talk about it in May. I said, y'all not gonna make it to May. He might as well go get Brad back at this point. I said, y'all not finna make it. But then again, we've seen these folks find out stuff like this about folks, and then they still be back with them. They still be back with them. It's like, oh, enough time has passed. Let me still be with you. You're a liar, or you dangerous, or a psychopath, or something like that. But yeah, and also about the Willow situation. I said at first I was thinking like a lot of y'all that Michael saw her do it, but now it's like they ain't did no follow up. And I said, I don't know. I really don't know at this point. Oh, when Lucas and Marco was talking, Rick came in and he was looking at stuff and he's like, Rick doing the walk of shame, and Marco was like, you sure? I said, you snitch? So shut up. You worry about him lying to you. You don't want to snitch and stuff. So Britt, they showed Britt. Because, look, I skipped another part, Jason and Britt. They showed Britt. She done came in. She was smiling and stuff. She was happy. I said, yeah, you supposed to be happy, girl. She looked like you could tell. You definitely could tell, like Lucas said. But yeah, we got to rewind and we going to fast forward, y'all. Jason and Britt. So they slept together. And she woke up and they was talking and everything, and he's still trying to help her. And he said something about he'll have to sneak in and get her meds and stuff, but it's too late. And I want to know, had they been watching her? Did they know that she was there with Jason? Or did they sneak in and get it beforehand? Because she just keep acting like she in charge and they want some leverage or what? Or what? Because she's supposed to be explaining to them on tomorrow's episode that she doing everything that they said and stuff like that. And I said, see? Britt. I said, I'm glad she told Jason, though. But I still feel like it's some missing pieces to this puzzle. But yeah, he's supposed to be sneaking in to get the medicine and everything, but it's too late. It's too late. It's already gone. She came there and she was looking through it and everything. She couldn't find it. She couldn't find it. So I was like, yeah, they got her. I said, they got her. I'm assuming they got her because I don't think Jason got a chance to come in and get it yet. I don't think so. But yeah, I think the last people we got to talk about is Michael, Jacinda, and Christina. Let me make sure. Yeah. Michael and Jacinda, what was they talking about anyways? I think Michael told Jacinda that he missed her and she agreed, and they would just talk about that. And them and Christina came in and they was talking, and Christina was asking him about him and Chase or whatever, and him and Dante. He didn't tell that they got to fighting. Um, I think Michael what's it called? I don't want to say downplaying, but at the same time, that's what he doing. He downplaying the whole situation. He think he got too much power, but maybe he do. Maybe he do. But yeah, so I want to know what the key is that Willow had. What is the key? What is she up to? What is she planning on doing? Let me see. I feel like it's still something that I'm missing. Willow said that Michael's dating a criminal. Gives the proof to Alexis. Oh, Willow came in and she was talking to Christina, and in a way, she was. It cut off because the phone got too hot, y'all. I forgot what we was talking about. I think we was talking about when Willow came in. When Willow came in talking to us, she ends up mentioning how maybe she shouldn't be able to see Scout and stuff. And then she started on just saying that she told her she should thank her because of her she gonna get to see her kids. And they both took turns just telling her how she ain't gonna get to see the kids and stuff like that. And I said, look, I said, this Willow, oh no. I said a lot of people don't like Willow or whatever, how she is and how she changed or whatever. I said, it's entertaining to me. Because look, she keep doing unexpected stuff. Nobody saw nobody saw it coming. They definitely didn't. But then, yeah, that's it. Before it cut off again, because it is real hot. It's definitely real hot. But that's